Hey everybody, it's Steve at Credit Suite. Welcome to today's live broadcast. Today we are going to reveal the efficient and fast credit building tips and one thing you must absolutely never do. Bear with me 1 second while I pull this up. I want to make sure everybody can see what we're doing. Give us a shout out. We've got people in the message stream. We'll answer any and all questions. So what we're going to cover today is how to build your business credit portfolio quickly and efficiently. Quickly and efficiently is the key here. When and where, or where and when you have the ability to speed up the process. There are opportunities to speed up the process and or slow it down, right? Plus there's one blunder that could cost you time and money. We're going to show you how to avoid exactly that. And by the way, just for hanging out with us today, and we really appreciate you being here, for staying at the end of this webinar, you're going to receive a playback of this event. Obviously that's going to be priceless, right? 30 days of free business credit monitoring of your Experian business credit report. We're going to give you 30 days of free business credit monitoring of your Dun & Bradstreet business credit report. And we're going to give you a no-cost business credit consultation with a business credit expert to review your report with the next steps. I want you to go ahead and write this number down right now, 877-600-2487. That's going to be really important. Again, 877-600-2487. So obviously, I'm not Ty Crandall. Ty was supposed to do this today. Unfortunately, he got double booked, and he asked me to step in, and I always love to do that. But let's talk about Ty. He had over 20 years in the finance industry. He's famous worldwide. He speaks about business credit everywhere. He's the author of Perfect Credit and Business Credit Decoded, Business Credit Authority with news stations, podcasts, radio, TV, including Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur. And he oversees the largest business credit partner division in the USA at Credit Suite. All right, that's Ty. About Credit Suite, we've helped over 42,000 business owners build corporate credit. Over 42,000. Ranked one of the best entrepreneurial companies in America by Entrepreneur Magazine in 2018. We're included in the Inc. 5000 in 2019 and 20, and we expect again in 21. We have hundreds of positive online reviews. Check it out. You can research it on your own. Hundreds of actual results and video testimonials. And we're featured on hundreds of radio shows, TVs, and podcasts. Even little old me, I've been on one or two of them myself. So let's talk about who this is for today. This webinar is for you if you know it's a good idea to build business credit, but it seems a little daunting to you, right? I talk to people on a regular basis that will tell me they've been working on this for years, right? And some of them just flat out give up because they think it's going to take forever. It's also for you if you've started, but you've gotten stuck. That's generally who I talk to a lot. So let's go ahead. Let's hit the gas pedal. Let's get this thing moving. It all starts with building what's called fundability. So some of you may have heard this before, but we're going to go over it again. Fundability is the ability of a business to get funding, bottom line, right? Now, I like to call it fraud detection too. When I speak to people, I say that I look at fundability as fraud detection, which it really is. It's part and parcel to the same process. It covers all the points a lender or credit provider will be looking at when they're trying to figure out if you're going to pay back a loan or the credit they extend to you. These include factors and picky details you probably haven't even thought about or might even think they're not so important, right? But I promise you, they are, right? First one we're going to talk about is your business name. Let's get that blunder out of the way first, okay? So the business name. Now, I understand you're thinking to yourself, I've already have my business, I already have a name. We understand that as well. But this is fundamental, and it could cost you everything. Does your business include the name of a high-risk industry? Right? Did you know it could actually be preventing you from getting funding? Having your industry in your name can actually prevent you from being funding. It doesn't have to be that way. You don't have to include the name of your industry in your business name. There's nothing deceptive or illegal or otherwise wrong about calling a business Betsy's Consulting or whatever rather than Betsy's Real Estate Associates. Now, when we talk about high risk, what I'm talking about is automatic denial industries, not necessarily considered a risky business because almost every industry is considered risky. But to me, the more vanilla the name, the better. All right, let's talk a little bit more about the business name. If you change your business name, be sure to change it everywhere. So if you decide, you know what, Steve's right, I want to get rid of this high-risk industry name in my business name, if you're going to change it, it's not that difficult to do, but you need to make sure you change it everywhere. This means you change it in places like your incorporation documents, obviously, any licenses you have, the records with the credit reporting agencies, D&B, Experian, Equifax, excuse me, anywhere where that name is, Google, it doesn't matter. And by the way, it's always best to copy and paste this information. If you decide to change the name, Don't try to remember what you changed it to. Don't type it. You may mistype it. I've seen people have commas in LLCs. I've seen no commas, all for the same company, and it doesn't match. And that is a huge problem. Don't take a chance, right? Just copy and paste it. This is because differences will be interpreted as fraud by lenders. Like I said, fraud detection, right? By lenders and credit providers. Keep records of where your business name is. Matter of fact, it's a really good idea to open a spreadsheet and just keep a record of everywhere. Matter of fact, links would even be better, right? So if you know you're listed on Google, you know you're listed on any of the rating agencies, just make sure your information is updated everywhere so you can be sure you've caught everything. Now let's talk about the type. To get financing or credit for your business, you must have an actual business entity. A corporation or LLC gives you more credibility in most cases, in almost all cases. It also helps reduce your liability, right? Obviously, it's something you want to talk to your attorney and then your tax, your accountant with, but to me, if you're building business credit, you want to be a corporation or an LLC. It separates you completely from your business, and it makes your business a separate legal entity. I can tell you as a sole proprietor, as a partnership, building business credit is basically building personal credit because they're going to ask for a personal guarantee from one or all of you. Make sure your entity is set up the same state as your business address, by the way. Okay. EIN, pretty simple. Your business must have a federal tax ID number, just like you have a social security number. Your business has an EIN. Your tax ID number is used to open bank accounts, to build a business credit profile. It's used for multiple things, but there are two main items. Take the time to verify all agencies, banks, trade credit vendors have your business listed with the exact same tax ID number. I've actually seen this too. I had someone I knew that was building their business credit profile. They had their number off, one number off, and nothing was reporting. Speaking of numbers, let's talk about your NAICS code. All right, you get to choose that. You're the one who decides what NAICS code you're going to use. NAICS industry codes define businesses based on the activities in which they are primarily engaged. The NAICS puts out a list of high-risk and high-cash industries. Higher-risk industries include casinos, pawn shops, liquor stores, gun manufacturing, things along those natures. Here's the good news. If more than one code applies, there is nothing deceptive, nothing illegal, or nothing wrong, morally wrong with using a less risky one. So we have a choice to pick your NAICS code, take a look at what applies to you, and choose the one that makes the most sense and is going to put you in a less risky category. It's simple, again, not illegal, not deceptive, and not morally wrong. The IRS, lenders, banks, insurance companies, business credit reporting agencies, they all use the NAICS codes. They're trying to determine if your business is in a high-risk industry classification. So you could get denial for a loan or a business credit card just based on your business classification. You've done nothing wrong. Some codes trigger automatic turndowns, higher premiums, and reduce credit limits for your business. So it's really important. And if you've never reviewed that, you may want to go back and review that, see what code you picked. By the way, if you don't pick one, they'll assign you one, and you certainly don't want that to happen, right? So go back, check your NAICS code. If it doesn't put you in a high-risk industry, great. If it does, you may want to look for a secondary code and change that out. Onward and upward, right? Let's talk about your business address. This is where I see businesses run into a lot of problems. Your business address has to be a real brick and mortar building. Now, when I say brick and mortar, obviously it could be built out of wood, but it has to be a deliverable physical address. It cannot be a PO box. Don't use a UPS mailing address. As a matter of fact, there are lots of companies out there claiming to be virtual addresses that are not virtual addresses. I'll give you a little inside secret, something that I do, and I do this on a daily basis. If you're thinking about grabbing an address and you're unsure whether that would be considered a virtual address, there's a real easy way to check. Whatever address they give you, go ahead and Google Earth it, go down to street level and look at it. If it looks like a retail store, it's not a virtual address, right? It is a PO box. I don't care what they call it. They can give it any name they want. If it looks like a retail store, obviously if it looks like a post office, then it's obviously a PO box. But if it looks like a retail store, it's a PO box. I had someone give me an address, and when I Googled it up and went down to the street level, it was a Staples store. I didn't even know Staples gave boxes, right? So their address was a Staples store. What do you think the lenders and creditors think when they pull up their address? They think it's fraud, right? So be very careful. All right. What you'd rather do, some lenders actually will not approve and fund unless the business address criterion is met. Keep in mind, if you have a shop, you probably need to have a separate business address. And what I mean by that is if you have just a place where you physically do the work, but you don't have any office there, you're not using that as your address, use a separate business address. We recommend virtual addresses if you really want your business to look truly bigger than it is. And again, be careful with the virtual addresses. There are also some vendors who will not accept them. Okay, so the address, be very, very careful. I see this all the time, and people have to go back and unwind what they've done, and they've been paying for an address that's not legitimately a virtual address. So remember that trick. Google Earth, go to street level, look at it, retail store, the odds are it's not a virtual address. All right, move on. Business phone number. A cell phone or home phone number as your main business line could get you flagged as unestablished, but a voice over IP is okay. And when I say could get you flagged, it will get you flagged when you move through the tiers. All right, maybe in the beginning you'll get away with it, but I promise you, as you get issued more and more credit, your higher level creditors are going to flag you as an unestablished business, no matter how long you've been in business. So what is a voice over IP? A voice over IP is basically similar to Google Voice, where they're going to call a number, it's going to forward to your cell phone. Can't use Google though, because Google owns that number and it's going to be listed as them, right? Do not give out a personal cell phone or residential phone as the business phone number. First of all, you're going to have everybody constantly calling your home or cell phone, right? That may not be what you want. Sometimes you want them just to go to something that gives voicemail. It's not your name, right? Separate phone numbers tend to be seen as more professional by lenders and credit providers. It's really important that you do this, right? Phone number has to be listed with the 411 database for most credit issuers and lenders to even approve you, right? So you want to check to see if you're listed and make sure your information is accurate. Here's the problem. You cannot list a cell phone, right? They will not let you. If there's no record, you do have a real business phone number, just go to listyourself.net to get a listing. I'll say that again, listyourself.net. They'll probably put this in the chat for you. Listyourself.net, you go ahead and get a listing. Now, I can tell you it's a free listing. There are expanded versions. We'll talk about that a little more as we dive into our program, right? By the way, the business phone number should be a toll-free 800 exchange or comparable 877, whatever a toll-free is. You absolutely want to do that. That accomplishes two things. One, listable with the National 411 database, but it also shows you to be a much larger company than maybe you are, right? Every business I've ever owned, I've always had an 800 number, always had a toll-free number. Real estate investing, printing company, my real estate agent business, always had a toll-free number. Make sure you get one as well. But get a toll-free, a local, and believe it or not, a fax. Licensing. I know not every one of you need a license for your business, right? But if you are required to get a license, make sure you have the proper licensing for your business and make sure the business name and address on your license is the same as any and all other documents. This is a great time to copy and paste, right? Contact your state, county, city government offices, or even Secretary of State. See if there's any required license and permits to operate your type of business. So if you are a licensed real estate agent who is licensed as a company, as a corporation, as I am, you want to make sure you have the proper licensing, right? If you're a contractor and you're required to get licensed, by the way, it also just adds simply credibility to your business, right? So if you have any licenses that are required to get your license. Now we can actually help get more customers. All right, we're moving on. We're going to go through this as fast as we can today. All right, business website and email. You need, welcome to 2021, to have your own website. All right. If this was 1990, a little bit different, but every legitimate business has a website, even if it's a one-page landing page. Because when lenders and creditors look for your business online, you want the information to actually come from you, right? You want to be the one to provide them information about your business. So go ahead, buy a domain. Don't use Wix or Weebly or anything like that, because you want your website to be yoursite.com, not yoursite.wix.com. Make sense? Remember, you want to look as professional as possible. You're looking to get credit, to get approved, right? They're going to scan that information, see if you're really there. You don't want to put down your email as at yoursite.wix.com. You want to have an actual your site. It's very inexpensive to get one. I always recommend GoDaddy, but you can go whoever provider you want, register the name that you want, get the corresponding email, which we're going to talk about now. You need a company email address for your business. Please, this email must be on the same domain as your website. Use a professional email address such as your name at your site, and actually we recommend info@yoursite, right? You could, however you want to set it up, but I like info at your site. It just makes you look that much bigger. It usually comes with a website domain provider such as GoDaddy. All right, little inside secret. If you love Gmail, we're going to touch on that here in a second. I'm going to give you an example where you can get a Gmail account without having a Gmail account. A separate business email on your domain is not just professional, it also greatly helps your chances of getting approval from a credit provider. Do not use Yahoo, AOL, Hotmail, or any similar kind. And Gmail's up here, and I'm going to tell you why I touched on that. Because you can get something called G Suite, G-Suite, S-U-I-T-E. If you own that URL, you can get the corresponding email with Gmail. And if you love Gmail and you love their calendar and the internet and the integrations that it offers, you could always go get that. You can get info at your website and have it be an actual Gmail account. All right, just an FYI. I personally have done this. It works fantastic. You can always have your company email forward to your personal email if you like. So if you don't want to really set up an email and have to monitor it and all that, just have it forward to your Gmail account or your AOL account or Yahoo or Hotmail or whatever it is you have. Right? I still have a professional email from my real estate business that forwards to my Gmail account. I love Gmail. All right, we're done with what I love. Let's move on. All right, your DUNS number, D-U-N-S, DUNS, D-U-N-S. To build business credit and your ideal business credit portfolio, you need a DUNS number from Dun & Bradstreet. All right. A DUNS number plus 3 or more reported payment experience will actually generate a business credit score, not report, an actual credit score, what we call a PAYDEX score. Therefore, you'll have literally begun to build business credit. So you have to get a DUNS number and cannot skip this step. All right. Now, it's free. Really important for everybody here to know. Getting your DUNS number is free. They're required to give it to you. It's an international number. If you own a business, you will get a DUNS number. However, if you want to expedite it in 5 business days, you can spend $229 at Dun & Bradstreet's website, right? The $229 includes Credit Signal, which will also get you some monitoring, but it's only monitoring your DNB business credit scores, right? It's not detailed, just letting you know if your score changes. You may not want to do that when you follow through the rest of this presentation we're going to have today, and you'll see why, all right? But keep in mind, your DUNS number is free, all right? You'll also get alerts when your score changes. You'll get a full basic DNB business credit file. Now, you don't build business credit in a vacuum, obviously, right? You build it so you can qualify for more and more better funding, right? But how do you get started, right? Well, here's a case study. Herman Dolce out of PA, out of basically my hometown. With Credit Suite, your one-on-one consultant calls you within 24 hours of signing up, and I have to tell you, it's always same day. They call you at least 5 times a week in the first 2 weeks. After that, even though it's been several years, he's been with them, consultants still call them every other Wednesday without fail, and that's absolutely incredible. His favorite line of credit he got using Credit Suite is a $10,000 Amazon card. I used to purchase things low and sell high on different marketplaces. Also able to get a $40,000 Amex business card. None of my accounts show up on my personal credit report, so if I max them out, it doesn't hurt me personally. So I was able to purchase 2 properties in Cleveland, Ohio, and it's been a blessing, right? This is one example of somebody that went through our program, just one, right? So you're going to start by building your vendor credit. You get business credit going with starter vendors. To build your perfect business credit profile by starting off on the right foot and establishing positive payment experiences. You have to do this right from the very start, all right? Starter vendors are open to working with most businesses. So we call them starter vendors for a reason, because they're willing to extend some credit to even startup ventures, right? Make sure the vendors report to the credit reporting agencies. Not all do, by the way. As a matter of fact, less than 7% of all businesses actually report to the credit reporting agencies. Now, ironically, I talk about this all the time, 7%, 7%, 7%. However, if you don't pay them, almost the flip happens. Over 93% actually do report if you don't pay them. So you want to be really careful, right? Vendors generally report to the business credit reporting agencies within 60 days, especially as a startup, okay? We want to anchor your expectations a little bit here. If you get approved for a vendor and you use that credit and you pay your bill on time, because remember, it's all about how you pay your bills, typically, especially when you're just starting out, it's going to take about 60 days for those first trade lines to show up, those first payment experiences. Then they actually help you build your business credit profile and score. Terms are going to vary depending on the vendor, but they tend to be net 30. For those who don't understand what net 30 means, that simply means this. You're going to get approved for credit. Let's say they give you a $1,000 credit limit. You're going to buy something from that particular vendor. It could be anything from gas for a gas card to office supplies. They're going to ship you that product, or instantly you're going to get that product. and they're going to send you an invoice, and you have, in this particular case, 30 days to pay the bill. Now, I wouldn't recommend you write that check on the 30th day. If you're going to mail it, you're going to make sure that is paid before the 30 days is up. Do not pay it same day. That's a cash transaction. All right. Get approved, use the credit, get the product, wait a week, 10 days, whatever you're comfortable with inside that 30-day period, and then pay the bill, and then they'll report. The CEO Creative, for example, requires that you pay a $69 annual fee, which they will not report to the big three business credit reporting agencies. So they're all going to be a little bit different. There are starter vendors which will require your order to hit a certain minimum before they report it. Typically, that minimum is going to be $50. For CEO Creative, it's $40. Okay, some more information about vendor credit. There can be some requirements, but you will not need collateral. You will not need good personal credit or even cash flow. You can literally be a startup. Get 3 starter vendors reporting to the business credit reporting agencies, and then move into your retail, fleet, and bank credit cards. So it's important that you get that vendor credit. I like to say it this way. Again, pulling on my history in real estate. Vendor credit is the foundation. Actually, your fundability factors are the foundation. So I'll say the vendor credit is the framing. We're framing it in, right? Nobody looks at the foundation or even the frames and says, man, that's beautiful. But it's super important. Without it, the house falls down. So you need to get this vendor credit reporting. I don't care if you've been in business 1 day or 30 years. If you have nothing reporting on your business credit reports, you need to get these vendor credits. They're super important, okay? And you need to know who reports, and you need to know what the underwriting criteria is to make sure you're going to get approved, right? Then you can start adding some variety to your business credit portfolio. So let's talk about retail credit. What is retail credit? Retail credit comes from major retailers like Savers. It's literally what it sounds like, right? Think of every major store. Most of them offer business credit. You can buy everything from office supplies, power tools, doesn't matter. Retailers will check whether your business information is uniform everywhere. I promise you. Excuse me. They will also check whether your business is properly licensed if it's required to be. We touched on that. Be careful. If you're required to have a license, make sure you are properly licensed. Like with starter vendors, the qualifications are obviously going to vary. There could be a minimum time in business required for some of them. Excuse me, I got a tickle today. There may even be a minimum number of employees requirement for some of them. In other words, not all of you are going to get approved at all retail credit. They're all going to be a little bit different. They might even have a minimum annual sales requirement, but terms can be revolving. You'll need at least 3, and more would be better, accounts reporting to the business credit reporting agencies. I'm going to stop on that. More will be better. I'm going to ask you a rhetorical question. I obviously don't expect an answer because I can't hear you. But if you do the minimum in anything in life, what do you expect to get out of it? It's obvious, right? You put the minimum in, you're going to get the minimum out. So if we tell you need at least 3, it's always better to have 4, 5, 6, 7 of these vendor accounts reporting, because it just makes it that much easier to go through the process. Your limits tend to be higher. You get approved a lot easier. So I see a lot of people that are following us online, and they'll reach out and talk to us and say, yeah, I've got 3, I'm ready to move on. And I ask what their limits are, and they tend to be lower. It's because they stopped at 3. Don't stop at 3. Get as much that makes sense to you in the very first tier, because it's the easiest tier, right? That's when you're going to get approved a lot. And as you move through the process, you're going to get recommended for higher and higher credit, and it's all going to be based on the number of payment experiences that you show in your credit reports, okay? So don't do the minimum if possible. Then you can move into fleet credit. Fleet credit's used simply to buy fuel, maintain vehicles of all sorts, repair vehicles. Even businesses which don't have big fleets can still benefit. I've always had a fleet credit card, always. Fleet credit works for everything from company cars to Sprinter vans and semi-trucks. Matter of fact, and those tend to be, by the way, gas credit cards. Anyone who owns a business and at any point in their time in running their business has to get in their car to go somewhere, if they need to put fuel in it, you should be using a business credit card. 100% use a fleet credit card or a gas credit card, and it's in the business name. It does 2 things. 1, it's letting you control your spending for business. But 2, it's also reporting on the business credit reporting agency. So you're actually building your business credit profile if you get the right ones. As before, requirements are going to vary on these. There may be a minimal time in business requirement. Again, if your business doesn't make the time in business requirement, you may be able to instead offer a personal guarantee, or, which I don't recommend, give a deposit to secure the credits. They may ask you for $500, right? You put the $500 up, they're going to give you a business credit card. After a while, they're going to remove that $500 requirement because you've proven yourself. So don't be afraid, ask, all right? Matter of fact, we had a startup, excuse me, another case study. Our startup business client in Bloomington, Illinois was pleased to qualify for $61,400 in unsecured business credit lines. This helped them achieve their business goals and help their business succeed, right? So once again, they built their business credit profile and they got to the point where they were able to get these unsecured business credit lines. Speaking of, let's talk about bank credit cards. Everybody wants the bank credit cards, right? Bank credit cards are more like universal credit cards, right? You can, like MasterCard. They can be used pretty much anywhere. These cards may even have reward programs, which we've touched on in the weeks prior. We'll be touching on in the weeks future. In terms of typically revolving, usually you'll need to have at least 14 accounts reporting to the business CRAs. Remember, that's a minimum, right? There can be longer time and business requirements, and there can be minimum number of employee requirements as well. In other words, they all have different requirements. It's no different than any other lender. But you can absolutely get bank credit cards by building your business credit profile. We got to talk about monitoring because obviously you need to know, right? One important way to keep business credit scores up is to monitor your business credit. No different than your personal credit. Knowing what is going on gives you an opportunity to fix it if it's wrong. It can also help keep you updated on derogatory elements like UCC filing, blanket liens. Monitoring confirms what outstanding debt is out there for your business. Or it's going to let you know that somebody's reporting there's an outstanding debt that maybe there's not, then you can get removed quickly. So it's really important to monitor your business credit. It's no different than monitoring your bank account, in my opinion. It's no different, right? If you're in business, you need to pay attention to what the world thinks of you. Keep in mind, I can pull your business credit report anytime I want without your permission. Customers can pull your business credit report at any time without your permission. And certainly vendors and creditors are going to pull your business credit report without your permission, okay? If you apply for credit. Monitoring reports means getting them, you need to understand them, you know, and paying for them, right? So all the business credit reporting agencies, they do offer monitoring, but all these reports are expensive. They're not cheap, right? Did you know that you can get business credit monitoring for all 3 of the big business CRAs? And you can get it all in one place for a lot less, right? We actually offer monitoring through our business finance suite, through our NAV integration. You get to see what credit issuers and lenders see, so you can directly improve your scores and get the business credit and funding you need. You know, you want to make your business credit portfolio shine. So it's really important that you monitor your business credit. That way, you can handle any disputes or errors. You find an error on your business credit report, follow the CRA's instructions on how to fix it. If you need to send in physical documents, send the copies, not the originals, obviously, right? And always be as clear as possible when communicating with the credit reporting agencies about errors and disputing, all right? It's not like personal credit. You don't just dispute to dispute, right? People, they wreck their personal credit and then they go through the credit repair agencies and they want to just dispute whether it's legit or not. If it's a legitimate creditor on your business credit reporting agency, it's going to be difficult to remove because it's legitimate, right? So you need to make a deal with whoever that vendor was, get that straightened out. They usually are very accommodating when it comes to that. Every business runs into down periods. Every business, I don't care what business you're in, except maybe the government. So when you run into a downtime and you can't pay your bills on time, prior to that happening, you might want to reach out to that creditor, say, hey, I'll make a deal with you. I can't pay you this week. I'll pay you in 2 weeks. Would you mind not reporting it? Or if it's too late and they have reported it, you can make a deal where they can correct that and make you current once you pay the bill. All right. All the credit report agencies want their records to be correct. So they actually welcome your corrections. They 100% welcome it, right? They're not going to fight you. All right. Here's some examples, right? Here's somebody, their business, so they got an 80 Paydex, an 85 Experian, Equifax of 408. Here's one from Shea Abbey. So in the last 2 days, I've been approved for Amazon Net 55, $3,500 credit limit. They told me today I will receive a welcome letter instead of 14 days. Amazon Net 30, $7,500 credit limit. Pilot Flying J card, $1,000 a week limit. Was changed now to bi-weekly. Here's one, got $1,200 business gas cards, no PG. Got the cards finally. You can see we just get never-ending posts on our social media about their approvals. It just never ends. I could literally spend hours going through this, right? Hours going. Stick with the process, family. No PG. No PG, right? So you can absolutely get there if you follow the process. By the way, there's more options for building business credit. Incurring debt and then paying back on time can help build your business credit. Startups probably won't qualify for bank loans or even most SBA loans, but they might qualify for loans from alternative lenders. And for business owners with good personal credit, our credit line hybrid is an excellent choice to build business credit. And you can finance a business at the same time. Our credit line hybrid is awesome. I'm going to stop here for a second, right? This isn't part of the presentation. You could be 1 day in business, 1 day, have good personal credit, right? Get this unsecured funding, get a better interest rate than even a secured loan. Matter of fact, typically it's 0% for the first 12 months. You're going to get really high amounts of credit lines for businesses. You're going to get 0%. These reports, most of these reports to the credit reporting agencies, and you can build business credit at the same time. You get access to even more cash with no personal guarantee, by the way, as you're building business credit. But I'm going to tell you my experience. We actually did this, and we got a fairly high limit, real high limit, as a matter of fact. And what's great is if you max out these credit cards, they don't report in your personal credit, so you can actually affect your personal credit by not using it. And then more importantly, if you manage this properly, in our case, they doubled our limits after 12 months. Right? This is an amazing program. If you're unsure, reach out to us at 877-600-2487. Ask about the credit line hybrid. We have reps standing by. They'll help you. They'll send you the application. It's a soft pull just to see. You are going to need a good credit score or a guarantee with a good credit score. FICO score of at least 680. I could tell you that's on all 3 credit reports. Right? We say FICO score, you need 680 on all 3 credit reports, but there are no financials required. You can also get a loan 5 times the amount of your current highest revolving credit limit amount, up to $150,000. So if you have, let's say, $20,000 credit card in your name, you're going to get, typically I say 3 to 5 times, right? I like to underpromise, overdeliver, but you can get up to 5 times, which would be $100,000. For a startup, that's a game changer, complete game changer, right? And the 0% interest is a double game changer, right? You get up to $150,000. It's just the right touch to build an impeccable business credit portfolio on top of the access to the credit, right? You must build business credit to get the highest approvals. This is not a maybe I should. This is not a someday I'll get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, I promise you, building your business credit profile is a game changer for you. This is not something you should have to even think about. This is a must. Every large business in this country uses business credit. Even small businesses use business credit, right? The problem is no one teaches this except Credit Suite. No one really teaches how to achieve this unbelievable amount of credit without a personal guarantee. You need to build your business credit to get the highest approvals. And by the way, also best terms for financing, right? You're going to get money even when you can't get approved for loans and credit lines. But how? How do you build your business credit profile? Well, first of all, this is why I love business credit. It's awesome. You get greater borrowing ability once you have both consumer and commercial credit, right? Limits are 10 to 100 times higher than consumer credit per the SBA. You get approved even when you can't get a bank loan or alternative financing. And even as a startup, you get access to loans and credit lines, mean you can fund your business and use your profits to grow. And it gives you a huge competitive advantage, right? That's one of the reasons I love business credit. But I'm going to stop and tell you a quick story. If you're listening and you've got a business, let's say, that seems really successful, right, to the outside world, you're doing really well, your profit margins are good, right, your P&L is good, you've got good personal credit, you will be amazed if you go to your bank and apply for a loan. Don't be surprised if they turn you down. Don't be surprised. I've spoken to enough people, I've had one really recently, who was turned down, and it turned out they actually had a business credit profile that they were unaware of that had negatives on it that had nothing to do with them. So they actually got turned down for a loan with great cash flow, great personal credit, good P&L, been in business a long time, over 10 years, right? Well known in the community and working with a local bank who knew them, and they were turned down because their business credit profile was terrible. It had nothing to do with them. It wasn't their fault, but still, it's important to monitor it, right? And it does give you a competitive advantage. A huge competitive advantage. When you're competing with someone and you have access to credit that they don't, that gives you an advantage. You control your cash flow, right? You can get business credit as long as you have a business in the United States of America, right? You can build business credit for all sorts of businesses. You don't have to just do it for one, right? You can get business credit even as a nonprofit as long as it's incorporated. You don't have to buy bogus trade lines or shelf corporations. Matter of fact, please don't. There are going to be people that argue with me out there. I don't care what they say. I've seen it firsthand. You buy a shelf corporation, you use that to try and get credit, you get approved in the beginning, everything looks great, and suddenly you're 6 months in and your business credit report says fraud right on it. Right on it. They can find out if that business has really been in business, right? In today's day and age, this information age we're in, it's easy to find out if you've really been in business for the 20 years your shelf corporation says it is, right? It's easy. Did you have a bank account the entire time? Did you have insurance the entire time? It's easy to find out, all right? Don't buy these trade lines. Don't buy these shelf corporations. You're wasting your money. Matter of fact, open your car window. If you're listening, throw your wallet out the window, throw your pocketbook out the window, because it's worth just as much, right? But another reason business credit is awesome, it determines if you'll get approved for a business loan. I just told you an example of somebody who didn't, right? How much you're going to get approved for, the type of the terms you're going to pay, and you can be denied financing based on your business credit quality, even if you have no business credit established. I'm going to tell you, because if nothing's established, you're still going to get a negative. You're going to be issued a failing score for your business if you have nothing reporting. It's unfair, I know, right? But you look unestablished or possibly on the verge of filing bankruptcy. Here's a classic example. If you guys can see this, I got to look over. I can't see it. There's nothing reporting here, right? There's zero reporting. There's nothing negative, nothing positive, right? Look at their score. 28, medium risk. Financial stability risk is high. See, when I see a credit report that looks like this, it just basically says to me that they're not really doing any business, right? Because if you're doing business, you're going to need credit, right? So having nothing reporting instinctively lets a lender think that, hey, they're not really generating revenue, they're not really in business, right? And you can see they're at a high risk, right? Really high risk. But here's what happens when you add one account. Just one account, right? You can actually go from a failure score to a great score and actually become more fundable. They added packaging, which I'm going to guess was probably Uline, right? They got approved for net 30. You can see it right here. I'm going to put my arrow on it. But look at the credit, under $100, right? Now remember the score was a 28. Look at it now. Their Intel score went to a 96. Their financial stability risk went to low to medium risk. Remember, it was high risk. And look what they're being recommended for, $2,500 in credit. And all they did was add $100, less than $100. This is why business credit is awesome. This doesn't happen in the personal credit world. You can't get yourself a $500 jewelry card and suddenly have people wanting to give you mortgages, right? So business credit is amazing. It takes you to the next level, and it's quick. You can see how fast that score went up right there, right? 28 to a 93 in under 60 days. Right? Remember, it typically takes 60 days for that first credit to report, right? As you continue to grow your credit, the business reporting agencies recommend you for more and more money, more and more credit, hoping you get higher approvals on business credit cards, loans, credit lines, etc. Right? That's why it's awesome. Go from a 28 to 96. Here's another example, 27, added 2 trade lines, 7480. I can see it, I've done this a million times, but you can see as you're adding trade lines, it's increasing the score. Your recommended credit limit amounts go up, right? And it just goes on and on. Look at these people getting recommended for $725,000. How awesome is that? You want to be who needs $750,000, $725,000, right? This will work for you. Every business can do this. Business credit is the only financial solution you can get, regardless of cash flow, collateral, or credit. It's the only one, right? This means any business can obtain it. Here's an example. Everybody know this little company called Facebook. They've built their business credit profile. They got 40 trade lines. Right? How about Dell? 83 trade lines. How about Microsoft? 131 trade lines. Told you, all the big companies know about it. All of them. They all use it, right? Apple, 138 trade lines. Pilot Travel Centers, Pilot Flying J, right? 153 trade lines. Public supermarkets, our local supermarket here in Florida, 171 trade lines, right? Retailers love business credit, by the way. Walmart, biggest company in the biggest retail storefront retailer in the world, right? 513. As a matter of fact, their entire business plan is based strictly on business credit. They don't pay for anything in the store, right? They get credit from their vendors. You buy their product, then they pay their vendors. They get terms, right? That's why they have a huge business credit profile. Mars, really big company. We all know them, Mars M&M, right? They've only got 22 trade lines reporting. Crazy, right? You can have as many trade lines as Mars. Right? Here's one, Clean Slate Credit, 8 trade lines. They're getting pretty close. Right? Just started. Tax relief, 14 trade lines, as many as Mars. Right? Look, here's another case study. Kyle M believes the Business Finance Suite is a step-by-step, paint-by-number, which is exactly what I call it, system to securing anywhere from $50,000 to $250,000 in business credit that reports in your business credit report. And it helps you separate your personal business credit. What I like most about is you have access to actual coaches that will take you by the hand, walk you through the system, answer specific questions that you have related to your business. It's an amazing opportunity for small business owners. I got to reach out to Kyle, and I didn't even know he sent this in. I actually know him. That's awesome. I'd love it. So look, this is just somebody that I happen to work with, get them started, and I had no idea he sent this in. Everyone can do this, and everyone should do this. Everyone should do this. There's more examples of people getting approved. Just got an increase today from Sam's Club store credit from 8 to 16,000. Going for the MasterCard tomorrow. JCPenney, $4,000 credit limit, $3,000 credit limit with Sam's. These are all approvals. Like, I can show you these for hours. Look at this credit limit, $20,000 from Amazon, right? Who could use $20,000 in credit from Amazon for their business? And it's not just Amazon. We're just giving examples. Business credit is everywhere. Take advantage of it. So the question is, how do you get through this? How do you do this? I mean, you can do it on your own, 3 to 5 years, if you're lucky, if you don't give up. Or you get it all in one place. This is why I'm here today, right? Let me tell you about Josh. Josh is actually a good friend of mine. I'm going to read exactly what he said because it's really important. Josh is an amazing business person. He took one look at our finance suite and said, I have to do this, right? The one thing that's beautiful about Credit Suite is you start with baby steps. The first thing that we did to get a couple of revolving credit lines and store credit, graduated to gas card. Then we ended up getting a very nice line of credit at Amazon. Then we worked our way up to getting a very, very nice SBA loan. Thanks to Credit Suite, we were able to really get our business finances in order from what looks good to potential lenders and potential creditors. We became very attractive to lenders. The best options are always available to those who have their credit game locked down. It's true. And that's what our platform does. It allows you to do. We've been able to make smart investments in staffing, marketing systems, sales systems, product development, all of these things before Credit Suite we really couldn't do. I just don't have to stress as much because we've got money in the bank to take advantage of opportunities. I'm not stressed anymore. I keep a bank account that has plenty of cushion there, and that's because just honestly it makes me a better dad. It makes me a better husband because I'm not stressed out. All of this because he went through our process, right? It's the ultimate solution. Look, you're watching this webinar on your computer or your phone, your tablet, because you want the easiest and fastest way to get money and credit to grow, right? That's why you're all here, right? You probably have already struggled to get the money and credit you need, and you've yet to find a really simple solution. Our business finance suite is the perfect fit for you, right? You get business credit for your business, not linked to your social, through our top-selling business credit system. You get access to funding for your business to start and grow. We have a whole finance team. You can do both in English or Spanish. Mostly English. Reach out to us at 600-2487. Look, our cutting edge technology helps you meet credibility requirements before you apply. This is really important. We talked about the foundation, right? Talked about building that house. We're going to show you, not just show you, we're going to verify it. We're going to work with you hand in hand. We're going to make sure you're good. We're not going to let you go into the next step unless we're sure you're good, right? Wouldn't it be great to have somebody that can help you, that'll allow you to look over underwriting's shoulder and make sure you're going to get approved? Make sure you're set up your business name correctly to avoid being high risk. Set up your entity and your EIN. If it's already set up, don't worry about it. I hear people calling, oh, I'm already set up. That's okay. We're going to review it with you. We're going to make sure everything is credible. And by the way, if you're not listed with the National 401 database, we have the paid version. We take care of that for you. Okay? So if you haven't listed, you didn't go to listmenow.org or .net, we'll take care of it for you, right? We're going to show you how to set up your website and email address, check your licensing and online listing for compliance, and if you need it, show you how to set up a bank and merchant account. Everything you need to make sure your fundability factors are there. We're going to help you get set up with all 3 credit reporting agencies. You can access discounted business credit reports, get your free DUNS number and credit profile activation. Right? We're going to dispute with all 3 reporting agencies if there's anything there that doesn't make sense. All right. Obviously, we're going to count on you to let us know. We have the largest supply of starter vendors. Remember I talked about that, right? It's really important. These are the easiest ones to get credit from, right? The easiest ones to get credit from. Get as many as you can. I can tell you that if I was going to go through this system one more time, I've done it so many times, I would get all of them. I would literally get approved at all of them. I would do it completely different this time, right? Because I know how much faster and better it makes for me at the end, right? So we're going to give you the largest supply of starter vendors, including some exclusive sources, massive selection of revolving store credit with underwriting guidelines, all right? Hard to find cash credit sources, fleet credit, vehicle financing, right? Everybody's ears perk up with that? Vehicle financing. If you own a business in 2021, right? If you own a business, your next vehicle should not be in your name. It should be in the business name. Stop. No more personal guarantees. They're not required, right? Buy your next vehicle in the company name. Buy all your vehicles in the future in the company name if you can, right? There are cash flow financing options with no consumer credit requirements, by the way. Asset-based financing with rates as low as 2%. This is all through our suite. This is all through our finance department. We have obviously the 0% financing up to $150,000 through our credit line hybrid. Private money, we have alternative SBA, venture capital, term loans, lines of credit, some available with no credit check. Just ask your finance team about that. Call 877-600-2487 or visit creditsuite.com/webinar. With our partner program, by the way, let me back up. All right. So that's our business credit building program. If you decide that you want to offer our program to your clients, we have a partner program. You can offer business credit and financing and get paid on both. We give you full extensive training, contracts, sales scripts, seminar details, 8-page website with it, 3 press releases, PowerPoints, ebooks, emails. You know what? You can't use everything we give you. I mean, look at all this. Webinars, 15 videos, and we're adding more to it. As a matter of fact, Ty right now is going through it and adding more value to our partner program. I love it. If they would let me quit tomorrow and be a partner, I'm out of here. Love it. If you're interested in being in the business credit business and helping other people build their business credit profile, inquire about our partner program. 877-600-2487. Go to creditsuite.com/webinar. Okay. All right. With our partner program, you can offer business credit financing, get paid. You get all these other items. I'm telling you, you can't use it all. Right? There's a jumpstart program, sales rep training, client dashboard, direct funding. It's a business in a box. Get started today as part of this webinar, and you're going to enjoy a big discount. And you're going to get special bonuses. Our top plan with payments retail, with payments, actually it's higher than that. That's actually untrue. Somebody made this PowerPoint. With payments, our top one retails for almost $9,000. Right? We're going to give you special discounts only valid for this webinar. Get started now on 1 or 2 options. You get business credit and loans with our core program. This is our business credit building program for 7 payments of $597, 1 payment of $29.97, or option 2, offered through our VIP with 8 payments of $697 or 1 payment of $44.97. Now, I'm going to stop here right now, because I've looked through this PowerPoint quickly. I was asked to fill in for Ty, and I've seen some things that are coming up that look like they came from an old PowerPoint. So I apologize in advance. This is the pricing. This is legit. I know this for a fact because this is what I do every day, right? So get 7 payments of $597, 1 payment of $29.97, or if you want to offer business credit, you go to 8 payments of $697 and 1 payment of only $44.97. Look, it's all about time versus money. Typically, 18 to 24 months to do on your own. What you can do with us in only 6 months, save yourself time. I'm going to tell you, if you think you can do this in 18 to 24 months, love to see it. I've never seen one do it ever. Typically, I see 3 to 5 years, and actually, most give up. Most just give up. They get tired of looking because it's almost impossible to find people who actually report and actually know their underwriting criteria, so you know you're going to get approved. Right? So you could pick XYZ retail store and say, you know, I heard they offer business credit. I heard they report. I'm going to go ahead and apply. Right? And you apply and you get denied. Now, here's how you get denied, by the way. Hey, we need your social. So they're not denying you. They're not denying your company. They're asking for your social so they can have you personally guarantee it. Here's the thing. You applied, and maybe their criteria was you had to have 7 trade lines reporting, and you've got 6. But you didn't know, did you? You didn't know going in. So not only save yourself time, save yourself aggravation, right? Now you've personally guaranteed something you didn't have to if you'd only have 1 more trade line reporting. How much is this extra 18 months with limited to no cash or credit going to cost you, right? And you can be paying thousands more for monitoring with DUNS, 401 valuation. Look, save yourself money, right? If you're going to build business credit and it's important to you, and it should be, then do it the easy way. Make your life easy. Don't waste a lot of your personal time. You've got a business to run, right? Let us show you how to streamline it. Let us show you how to make this happen quickly without a lot of your personal time invested. Matter of fact, you spend more time waiting, to be honest with you. You're waiting for things to report, right? Talked about 60 days. So it doesn't take that long to fill out a credit application. Get approved, use the credit, you're done. Pay the bill, let it report. But you've got to get started. Get started today. Call us at 877-600-2487. Do it now. Don't wait for this to end. Call right now. 877-600-2487. I promise you, somebody will answer your phone call. Somebody will talk to you about this, go into further detail with you, right? And by the way, we'll customize a payment for you, right? We work with services like Fundbox Pay to also provide affordable payment options. We can help you secure business financing to enroll. I'm going to stop on this one because I get this call a lot. When we talk about securing business financing to enroll, it might be revenue financing. It might be, if you're a startup, we're going to have to look at the credit line hybrid, which means you're going to have good personal credit. These are outside services that will allow you to pay cash for our program. But talk to your consultant. They'll customize a payment for you within reason. Within reason. Okay? Go to creditsuite.com/webinar if you want more information. Call us at 877-600-2487. And by the way, all of this is risk-free to you. I'll tell you why. Unlike other coaching or education programs where they hold back different modules, not us. You make your very first payment, we expose everything to you. Go right to the back of the book and look. See if I'm lying. Right? There's no downside, massive upside potential. We take the risk. We let you see it all. Make your first payment, right? We're sure you listen, I know you're going to love this. You're going to love it. There's a reason we have so many reviews. There's a reason so many people, look, somebody gave us testimonial. I didn't even know about it, right? As a guy, right? People love what we're able to help them do. Look, you're doing it. It's education, right? We're teaching you. We're empowering you to take your business to the next level. Matter of fact, teach your children. Once you've learned, teach your children. Once you learn to drive a car, right? You don't keep going back for lessons, right? Once you learn how to build your business credit profile, if you start a second company, build your business credit profile again. It's scalable. Start 5 companies and do it, right? Legitimately start 5 companies, right? I promise you, you're going to love this, right? Look, let's look at the easy enrollment form. Once you complete your order, you'll immediately receive your login credentials for your business finance suite. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to show you the order form. Tell you what, I'm not going to do that. Go to creditsuite.com/webinar. It is an easy order form. You're going to put your first name, your last name, your billing address, your credit card in. You're going to hit submit. You're going to get a welcome, say your password email. You're going to log in. You're going to accept the site terms. I promise you, within the hour, you're going to get a phone call. Matter of fact, I don't want to give you the number out, but there's going to be an 800 phone call. Talk to one of your consultants. Call us at 877-600-2487. Matter of fact, that's what I want you to do. Call 877-600-2487. Ask for anybody on the sales team. They're all ready and willing to help you. You're going to love talking to them. They're all educated about business credit. I'm one of them, right? Give us a call. We'll help you get started. We'll help you get logged in. We'll show you around the store. This is a game changer for you. Take advantage of it. As an entrepreneur, you should be able to get the money you need when you need it. You need the credit. You know, we talk about money. I'm talking about credit. You need access. You got to flatten that cash flow curve, right? Right? Wouldn't it be nice if you had a $12 million business, if every month you did $1 million in sales, $1 million in revenue, right? That'd be convenient, wouldn't it? You know, like a job. You know how much you're getting paid. You know what your bills are. You know how much profit's going to be left over at the end of the month. But you and I know that's not the way it works, is it? Right? $1 million a month? No, it can be more like $1.5 million, $1.2 million. Bad month at 900,000, back up to $1 million. It never works out the way we want it to, right? And unfortunately, it'll be after that down month that you have a monster month and you need to finance that business more, and now you don't have the cash, right? Build your business credit profile. Let your vendors supply you that credit, right? Let them finance your business for you. Again, Walmart, their vendors supply them. They're the biggest company in the world. Why not do the same thing, right? Here's the issue. Not knowing all the approval standards, not having business credit, not be able to access all your options in one place, it's going to hold you back. Our business finance suite is going to help you do all 3, get you the most credit at the best terms, right? Here's what you're going to receive when you enroll. You're going to get 24/7 access to your business finance suite. You're going to get business advisors who are going to coach you through the process. You're going to get help with setting up your business name and entity if necessary, help with the address, all the fundability factors. We're going to help you with all of this. We're going to do an online listing compliance check. That's huge. We're putting $99 value. I'll tell you, that's priceless. It's absolutely priceless. Without that, you're stuck. You're going nowhere. We're going to help you set up with a bank if you need it. We have a couple of great banks we can refer you to, merchant account if necessary. Set up business credit with Dun & Bradstreet, Experian, and Equifax. In other words, set up your business credit reporting agencies, get your DUNS number, your BIN, all that. We're going to show you how to get set up with all of them. Show you how to dispute, give you the largest supply of starting vendors, massive, massive selection of retail and fleet credit, no PG, no credit check, hard to find cash credit, vehicle financing. That alone, ladies and gentlemen, is worth the price of admission. Just the vehicle financing. I know you're all sitting there thinking, Man, I would love to buy my next car without a personal guarantee. Sure you will. It does two things. One, obviously it's helping you build your business credit, right? But in addition to that, you now no longer are carrying that debt personally, right? You're protecting your family, right? You're protecting your personal credit, right? That's less debt to income ratio you've got. Again, that alone, worth the price of admission. Cash credit and auto financing, no PG or credit check, right? Cash flow financing if you've got bad credit. In other words, you're going to have access to our finance team. We're going to help you find the loans you need if you're qualified. If you're not, we're going to tell you to continue to build your business credit profile. Ironically, one of the benefits of building your business credit, I just touched on it, is you're going to notice your personal credit score is going to start creeping up. It's just going to start creeping up. You're like, wait a minute, I'm not even working on my personal credit. Yes, you are. You're not using it anymore, right? If I have a $1,000 credit limit, personal credit card, and I buy $500 worth of fuel, right? My utilization rate skyrockets to 50%. What do you think my credit score is doing? It's going down, isn't it? Right? It's going down. But let's say I have that same $1,000 credit card and I got a 0% utilization. My credit score is going to be higher, isn't it? So building your business credit actually directly affects your personal credit. Take advantage of that. Protect your personal credit. You're going to need it. You're going to need it at some point. Every business does, right? I gave you an example. Great personal credit, good cash flow, everything. Bad business credit profile, deny for a loan, right? And they thought they had it in the bag. They didn't, right? By the way, I'm going to give you some bonuses. Today is Tuesday. We're going to do them through this Friday, right? Only for this. Enroll this Friday. You're going to save $500. Whoa, wait a minute. I didn't even know that was coming. 30-minute coaching call with a business advisor, 90 days of monitoring, DMB. Look at all these bonuses, right? You're going to get a ton. Oh, a personal branding course Ty's offering. Remember, I'm filling in, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even know this was coming, right? I'm as excited as you should be, right? You're going to get $7,000 in value, right? You're going to get $12,000 in purchase value. How to grow money to grow your business. This is new. $12,000. $19,000 in fact, get started on Friday as part of this webinar for one payment. Oh, it is $29.97. 7 payments of $597. We'll help ensure that your payments are affordable. Yeah, I'm going to stop here because look, go to the website. The one-pay discount's awesome. You're saving a lot of money, but we understand cash flow. We understand that not everybody sitting around has $3,000. We'll customize the payment, but in order to do that, you've got to reach out to my team. You've got to reach out to them, 877-600-2487, 877-600-2487. Call them now. Don't wait, right? Call them now. They'll let you know what the bonuses are. It's no big deal. This is being recorded. You'll get to re-see it again, right? Call them right now, 877-600-2487, okay? We'll find options for you, all right? We're going to help you. You're going to get first access on your first payment. That shifts all the risk to us. And if you get started, you don't feel like you receive is worth every penny of what you paid, cancel any time within 30 days, receive all of your money back. All of it, right? So we're going to give you access to everything, show you everything, right? We're going to open the closet and show you everything that's in there. Right? And if you don't like it in 30 days, if you're not comfortable, you think we're not doing what we say we're going to do, we're not helping you at all, we'll give you your money back. There's literally no downside and there's massive upside. Don't wait. Call now, 877-600-2487. There's another example of someone who went through this. They own a martial arts studio. About a year and a half, their business partner decided to, him and the business partner decided to, within 18 months, they were going to open their second location. They got connected with us. Were able to accelerate their timeline and open in 6 months instead of 18. Getting the financing meant they were to start fulfilling their dream of having 10 or more locations across the country. Don't wait. 877-600-2487. Again, you're going to get all these bonuses. All right. I feel like this PowerPoint has duplicate slides in here. That's okay. No big deal, right? That's good for you to see all these bonuses you're going to get. We're going to show you exactly what you're going to get. You are going to get all these bonuses. You're going to get to build your business credit, but I feel like nobody should be listening at this point. At this point, you should have called us at 877-600-2487. Talk to one of our reps. Get started building your business credit. It's a game changer. Hey, maybe you'll get lucky and you'll get me when you call. All right, as soon as I get off of here, all right, you're going to get full access. It's exactly what's happening here. So what's happening here is I got a repeat of all these PowerPoints. You guys get it, right? You get it. Don't wait. Get started today. I'm going to speed through all of this right now. I'm going to get to the last one. It's all repeat. Call us at 877-600-2487. If you're interested in getting started right now, just go to creditsuite.com/webinar. My name is Steve Weibel. I'm so happy to hang out with you guys today. Again, creditsuite.com/webinar, 877-600-2487. Call today. Talk to one of my team members. They'll help you get started. They'll customize the payment plan for you. They will work with you. And if you're interested in being in the business, ask them about the VIP program. If you have business customers that you talk to on a regular basis and you feel they should be as excited about this as you are, you might be a perfect partner for us, right? You'll get all the training you need to be able to do this. You'll be able to do exactly what I'm doing, right? We're going to give you PowerPoints. We're going to let you do presentations. Ask them about the VIP program, okay? 877-600-2487. Don't miss this opportunity. Don't miss it. Right, 877-600-2487. I'm flying through this because you guys have all seen it. I'm going to get to the very end. Remember, we take all the risk. We give that unconditional guarantee. You're going to get all of these bonuses when you enroll. Trust me, there's only a couple more left. I just want to make sure I get our contact info up there. By the way, it's a multi-step process. It's important that you know. This is going to take a little time. I like to tell people 6 to 9 months with an existing business, up to 12 months with a brand new business. Doesn't matter. I'm going to tell you why it doesn't matter. Because when you started your business, you didn't plan on closing in 6 to 9 months, did you? Or closing in 12 months? No, you're in this for the long haul. You want to grow. You want to be a multimillionaire, billionaire, whatever it is your goal is, right? Building your business credit now just ensures you're going to have that much more credit as your business grows. You know, shift the risk to us. Call us. Get started today. 877-600-2487. There's no downside, right? There we go. That's the end. That's what I was looking for, right? Contact us. More information, 877-600-2487. You can reach out to us at info@creditsuite.com. Go to creditsuite.com, right? Or go to creditsuite.com/webinar. Ladies and gentlemen, had a great time hanging out with you today. I hope you had a great time. I hope you learned something, and we will see you next time here. All right? Have a great day.